The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go, Jack. Watch out now. 50 Fury. Blaster. Black Ultra. Drill green. Smash red. Black chocolate. Needle blue.
Throwing first play is Lance. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense for the Steelers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Nice little juke. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Ravens had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
2 big runs here to start this game. How about the offensive line? They came out firing. Great leverage, great punch to get this thing started.
And now this unit on the move already. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Red, yellow, white, blue.
And now they'll throw with Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Okay, right? Yellow. Blaster, 6. Hey, red. 6.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Not something. From a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one. and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. They find some open field here. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards. Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And in for the Steelers, touchdown. Pat Freiermuth. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point safely through. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. On 2nd and 9, Lance. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Black shot. Yellow blue. Blue is striker. Stick. Mega. Claws red.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Pickett to throw on 1st down. Completes this one to Pickens. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yellow, go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He'll get this to about the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Come on, stay.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Slide through. Red, cycle, yellow.
And they'll go for it. Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Pat Freiermuth. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point up and through. And it's now 21-0. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 41, Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Set, ready.
The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Ready.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Down to about the 22 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
In motion goes the tight end.
Ready.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get this down to the 10. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. To throw, it's Lance. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Black ultra. Yellow.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
Hey, red. Ready.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The point after is good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off play action. Pickett. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Pickett sets up play action. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big gain. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Claypool with another catch. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. Touchdown! Pat Freiermuth on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the set.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Black shot. Hut.
Here's Lance. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Blue. Hey, blue. Blue striker. Stick. Mega. Claws red. Go red.
And Charles, this infraction's going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Here we go.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Blue and black. Red. Yellow. Light blue. Red. Cycle. Cut.
Throwing now is Lance. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. And he'll go out. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Pickett now on first down. He's got this to Pickens. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Pickett back to throw. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. Pickett right back to the air again. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Pickett. Finding Pickens for another catch. And in for the Steelers' touchdown. George Pickens. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. No problem there on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 95 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Right back to him on first down. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
38.
In motion, the tight end. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Right. Black Ultra. Watch out now, 50 Fury.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Point after, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Pickett's throw there hauled in by Claypool. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Buying time to his left. Open man completes it to Claypool. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Toward the pylon, caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. George Pickens with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point safely through, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Yellow, go! Ready.
On 1st down, Lance. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he is going to dive to the turf. Boy, a strange return there. And they're going to start with really terrible field position.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one on the money to Claypool downfield. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
You don't blink. Strike it. Strike it. Blue striker. 6. Mega. Called red. Red. Yellow. White blue. Red. Cycle. You. Yellow. Plastic. 6.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Ready. Green jack. White. Steel. Black. Black ultra. Ready?
Desperation time here. Lance. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Steelers are close to finishing off this football game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown! Chase Claypool. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are on their way to a 2-0 start. And now the Steeler offense staying out there. And they'll go for 2. Pickett will try to throw for this. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. Flush to his right. Pickens is there on the crossing route. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw. Pickett. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, They've just been effortless for them in this one, and that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Pickett sets up play action. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Black shot. Edo blue. Blue striker.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Red, yellow, white, blue, red, cycle, red.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here we go, set. You, yellow. Cut.
One final try now for Lance. And that's caught inside the 35. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in fantasy football where these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Pittsburgh, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Baltimore,